right, shifting our focus, let's talk about weather here in India. Maharashtra is reeling under relentless monsoon fury after weeks of below normal rainfall. At least 13 people have lost their lives in rain-related incidents. Our next report tells you how heavy rainfall has brought India's financial capital to its knees.
Monsoon fury has hit Maharashtra hard. Torrential monsoon rains triggered severe floods, landslides and infrastructure collapse across the state, claiming at least 13 lives. An intense low-pressure system has dumped a month's worth of average rainfall in just 4 days.
Many places in Mumbai have received heavy to very heavy rains, with extremely heavy rains in isolated places and over Ghat regions, especially Pune district and Raigad. Palghar have also received extremely heavy rains. Lonavala has received the highest rain today, 670 mm. For the next 24 to 48 hours, we are again keeping red warning for Raigad, Ghat region of Pune district, Nashik and Palghar.
6 people were killed in a tragic 3-story Chawl collapse in Monsoon in Mumbai. Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis expressed grief over the incident. He announced financial assistance of 5 lakh rupees for the kin of the victims. Traffic on the Pune to Mumbai carriageway of the Khopoli-Kusgaon missing link section of the Mumbai-Pune expressway was suspended after a landslide occurred near the exit of Tunnel 2. The section of the 7,000 crore rupee expressway caved in barely 9 weeks after its opening. This closure marks the first major monsoon test for one of Maharashtra's most ambitious infrastructure projects. Debris from a landslide in the Karjat-Lonavala Ghat section completely halted long-distance train services between Mumbai and Pune. Low visibility and aggressive crosswinds at Mumbai International Airport resulted in at least 17 flight cancellations and over 360 flight delays.
All 3 railway lines between Lonavala and Karjat, which were affected by the landslide, have been closed. Consequently, 16 trains that usually traverse these lines have had to be cancelled so far. These primarily include Mail Express and intercity trains connecting Mumbai and Pune. Additionally, the routes of approximately 9 trains have been diverted. Restoration work is proceeding in full swing and the necessary resources and personnel deployed, though heavy rains are causing some interruptions and challenges.
The coastal district of Palghar has been heavily inundated after a deluge of over 265 mm of rainfall in a single day. Low-lying towns were completely marooned. A continuous low-pressure active monsoon system pushed localized rivers cross danger marks, turning major streets, highways and railway networks into gushing waterways. India Weather Department has forecast that active heavy monsoon conditions will continue to lash Maharashtra until at least July 8th. Driven by a well-marked low-pressure area over the Bay of Bengal and a persistent offshore trough along the west coast, the state remains on high alert for extremely heavy downpours, strong winds and high tidal risks over the next 48 to 72 hours. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
Let's talk about China now. China has carried out a rare submarine-launched missile test in the Pacific Ocean, drawing concerns from countries across the region. The test has renewed concerns over China's growing military presence and expanding nuclear capabilities in the Pacific. China says one of its strategic nuclear submarines successfully launched a missile carrying a simulated training warhead into the Pacific Ocean on Monday. According to the Chinese Navy, the missile accurately hit its designated target area in the international waters, but Beijing says that the launch was part of its routine military training.
This was a routine military training activity, not directed at any specific country or target. Relevant countries were notified in advance, and the activity was in accordance with international law and convention. Related launch operations were conducted safely, in a standardized manner and professionally. It is hoped that relevant countries will not overinterpret this.
Now, the launch is significant because China, remember, has rarely conducted long-range submarine missile tests over the Pacific, making it an unusual public display of its military capabilities. Earlier, Papua New Guinea and New Zealand confirmed that they had been briefed by China about an upcoming missile launch. However, the exact landing area was not disclosed. Now, the rare show of military might by Beijing has drawn criticism from several countries, including Japan and Australia. As per Tokyo, such military trends by China, coupled with its lack of transparency, have now become a matter of serious concern. Coincidentally, it comes on the same day that Australia and Fiji signed a major defense treaty.
Conveyed our serious concerns regarding the intensification of China's military activities. From the perspective of the security of our country and the region, the government holds concerns over this recent missile launch. We will continue to take all possible measures for warning and surveillance activities while closely monitoring related developments.
Analysts say the missile launch highlights China's rapidly expanding military and nuclear program. According to the United States Department of Defense, China now possesses more than 500 operational nuclear warheads and could have over 1,000 by the end of the decade. The test has also revived concerns among Pacific Island nations, many of which, remember, still bear the legacy of nuclear weapons testing carried out in the region during the Cold War. Simultaneously, China and Russia have launched annual joint naval exercises off the Chinese coast, Qingdao. It is still unclear if the missile launch was part of the drills, but Kremlin has defended Beijing's move of test firing the strategic missile carrying a dummy warhead into the Pacific Ocean. Listen in to what they've said.
We believe that it is China's sovereign right to test its missiles and to develop its military capabilities. China poses no threat to any state in the region, nor to anyone in the world. And China is our great ally and partner, a strategic partner.
Could Israel be preparing to use Lebanon's Christian border villages as a new bargaining chip in the high-stakes talks with U.S. President Donald Trump? Well, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has claimed that some Christian villages in Lebanon have asked to be annexed by Israel in exchange for protection from Hezbollah. During an interview with Fox News, Netanyahu said that Israel protects Christian communities in the region and claimed that some villages wanted to come under Israeli control. Take a listen.
We have many friends, and I have to tell you, we also take care of our friends, especially the Christians in the Middle East. The Christian villages in Lebanon, some of them have actually asked to be annexed to Israel because we protect them against the Hezbollah fanatics who want to kill them.
However, Netanyahu did not identify the villages or provide any evidence to support his claim. Lebanese officials quickly dismissed the statement. According to local media reports, the mayor of a Christian town in southern Lebanon described Netanyahu's claim as completely false and said that annexation by Israel was never an option. The Israeli Prime Minister's comments, remember, come as a report by Axis claims that Netanyahu could travel to the White House as early as this week for talks with Donald Trump. At the same time, the security situation along the Israel-Lebanon border remains volatile. Lebanese state media reported that an Israeli drone strike in southern Lebanon killed 4 people, despite the fragile ceasefire. Israel said that it also targeted a Hezbollah cell that posed a threat to its forces near the security zone. As military operations continue and tensions remain high, fears are growing that the ceasefire could completely collapse and that the conflict could escalate once again, especially once Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's funeral processions conclude. Mass funerals continue to be held in southern Lebanon for Hezbollah members who were killed in the latest fighting. Our correspondent Gadi Francis attended one such funeral where local officials said that the ceasefire has brought little sense of security, and in fact they warned that the conflict could reignite at any time. Take a look.
There has been a ceasefire in place. The United States have sponsored a kind of agreement or a deal between Lebanon and Israel. How did you read that, and did this give you a sense of security or a sense of safety?
Till now, there is no sense of security or safety. You can hear they are still bombing beside us. The Iranian one is more better because they are saying about moving all the Israelis from the Lebanese land at least.
This is now, it's the time between ceasefire and ceasefire. The aggression is still there, and every day could be the last day before a new round of war reignites. This is the status quo in the towns of South Lebanon, but regardless of all these dangers, as you can see around me, hundreds of people gather every day to say the last goodbye.